Welcome on in together round gang, it's time for something a little bit different. Today we're going to be having a video on Marathon, but we're going to be jumping into an article on IGN, yes I know. So we're going to be jumping into the swamp of IGN and we're going to be searching for some game tourist vipers today and weeding them out. So this is going to be an article written by Samuel Horty, and he's got a very interesting point of view here on Marathon's quest systems. Let's read and we'll discuss. Marathon's fiddly quests need to stop getting in the way of the fun. We're already starting out extremely intelligent with our wording, which is great. Downloading agriculture reports is hampering Bungie's otherwise brilliant shooter. So you don't like doing the main story quests. Let's read on. Boring filler quests, often of the fetch variety, used to be derided, but in extraction shooters, no one seems to mind that they're rampant. Yes, so boring quests that are extraction. When you go into an extraction shooter and the entire goal is to extract things, a lot of the quests are going to be, hey, you should go find this specific rare item for me. I'd love to have one. And you say, fantastic, sir. I shall find that random doodad for you and shoot people in the process. That is part of extraction shooters. Seems like you don't like extraction shooters. That seems to be the problem. Go here, scan this terminal, collect 10 woozits, find 5 doodads. That's lovely. I love your language is just the worst. Spin around 3 times and return to base. Of course, extraction shooters don't stand on the strength of their quests, and these objectives are welcome excuses to explore the map. I don't mind trekking to reach your quest marker if I find something surprising on the way, or an enemy team to fight when I arrive. Brother, I feel like you arrive and an enemy team picks you up and drops you on their knee like Bane and just chuckles the whole time. These quests cannot get in the way of the looting and shooting. Okay. And marathons, sadly, they sometimes do. And let's learn how. Not only are Bungie's quests called contracts, boring and fiddly, but they're at the heart of the game. Completing contracts is your progress. You can't mostly ignore them and do your own thing, as I've done in my 250 hours in Arc Raiders. That's seeming to be the problem. You need to finish them to unlock new skills and better gear. Let me be a bit more specific about their failures. First, some of these contracts have multiple fiddly steps. He loves this word. An early quest on Perimeter, the starting map, commands you, interesting phrase, commands you to visit the North Relay, South Relay, and Overflow, scanning objects in the first 2, and downloading an agriculture report. Try not to explode with excitement at the 3rd. Brother, you're learning about what happened at this failed colony. Do you actually know anything about the game you're playing at all? Did you watch a single trailer? Did you even listen to what they told you in the intro? Or were you flipping through X while you were finding goofy videos? Or actually, not X for you, it's definitely going to be that'd be a TikTok. You gotta find your 3-second entertainment. Good grief. At the 3rd, you cannot pick 3 locations more spread out if you tried. That's the point. Brother, hang on now. Let's actually scroll up to what you said previously. I don't mind trekking to reach a quest marker if I find something surprising or an enemy team. See, when they're all that far apart, do you think you're gonna find something interesting or another team? What are the likelihood? Extremely high? Crazy. Remember, every player in a squad will have their own contracts. Likely entirely different areas. Before you know it, you've got 6 target locations, even if you meet friendly players who want to help. That's an impossible task. It absolutely isn't, but sure. These contracts are the only thing that could stop me from loading in run after run after run, so I've played Marathon, and if you've even watched a little bit of it on my stream or Aztecross or anyone else who is better than me, these contracts, the only ones that are required are the priority contracts. These are the ones that are having you go and scan certain things and do specific objectives on the map while trying not to be murdered by the random AI bots and the other players. This is by design. The things they're having you do, if you actually read the dang contracts in the first place and don't just go, oh, contract, click, let's load in. You actually read. Imagine this, a reporter or a games journalist reading. I don't even know if they know how to do this. If you read, there's reasons for the things that you are doing, the different objectives on the map. Are some of them just a fetch quest if you boil it down to its base components? Sure. If you say, hey, go grab me these nuclear rods out of that active reactor, is that in essence a fetch quest? Sure, but it's going to be a very exciting one, isn't it? So what they're telling you is that the contracts that are largely optional are what's stopping them from playing the game. When you can actually progress and get the upgrades for all of your different factions, through just playing the game. You have to, of course, do the initial objective to unlock them in the first place, but brother, if you can't do that, that's your own problem. Just tell us you aren't good, and in the article there. At least for that particular quest, you can finish it across multiple runs. Some contracts demand completion in one round. A single distraction, a boss fight, running into a squad of runners, a teammate leading your squad to a different location, can spoil the run. I've died before, one time, because I couldn't convince my teammates to accompany me to the final step of a contract that would have reset if I extracted. That stinks. Maybe you should have just gone yourself and handled it. I actually have a bit of this on stream where we did just this, fool. Marathon's UI doesn't help. On the perimeter quest I mentioned above, I wasted 5 minutes searching for 2 sparkly bioprinters in North Relay. By the time I found one, it was time to extract. I now know, of course, you can open your map and hover over a contract objective for more detailed obstructions, such as specific buildings to search. But why make players menu dive? Why make players read and try to figure out the game? Why not just put the exact locations front and center on your map? Or simply flag it on your screen as you enter a point of interest. Oh, I see this spelling here. It tells me all I need to know. You all were colonized. And your laziness is the entire reason. The tip about hovering over an objective does apparently appear in early hints, but it's clearly eluded many players by... Oh, this is terrible. I'm sorry, did it just end? His sentence ends there. Okay, well done, sir. I've had multiple teammates asking for help finding those darn bioprinters. Yeah, I'm sure, but if you just try to remember where you've been in the map, so after a couple of runs, this game is a lot... One of the main draws I've found is it's very similar to, like, first say, Dark Souls, where you're not going to know everything when you first load in, and you're going to get your ass kicked. But through getting kicked a couple times, you're going to start learning what not to do. You're going to start gaining more information, and that's kind of how extraction shooters are meant to be. You're not supposed to be just this godly force smashing through everything, not having to worry about, oh, look, a new upgrade, smack, oh, we're a little bit weaker for a second, let's just apply this upgrade, now I can beat it, no problem. That's incredibly lazy and incredibly boring. They're just going to make... Why make the menu dive? So you can't take the time on the very beginning of your run to go into your map, pull your objective up, and just go, oh, where are these at? Oh, nice and easy. Moving on along, though, the UI issues extend in misunderstanding the basic systems of Marathon. For example, the message displayed when you attempt to leave a match early after dying is ambiguous. Like others. This goes to a Reddit link, correct? Yeah, down in the corner. So it's going to a Reddit link. You, like one other Redditor, interpreted its message as meaning that leaving while teammate is alive would incur strict penalties, including losing any progress towards quests. However, as commenters on this very article have pointed out, you actually just lose the reputation towards quests issued for teammates completing their contracts. That's a decent enough system, but the confusion the UI inflicted highlights a lack of clarity in in-game message. No, it very obviously tells you that you're going to lose progress for the quest your companions are on. Why would you lose progress for the quest you're on? You leave, they stay, you don't get progress for the quest they're working on. That's so obvious. Now this sounds like a big moan, but let me be clear. I'm still loving Marathon and its quirky heroes that set it apart from other extraction. It's quirky heroes? My brother, these are synthetic bodies that don't speak, except for the different callouts they do, don't actually have any personality of their own outside of the consciousness that's actually running them. So it's the player. There's nothing quirky. Whatever. My annoyance with the contracts isn't enough to put me off just yet, and the fact that Bungie plans to make objective markers clearer on your HUD in a future patch is promising. But invasive surgery is invasive surgery. These contracts for the heart of Marathon are the only thing that could stop me from loading in run after run. So this person played 2 runs, didn't like that they had to do the perimeter contract to unlock the different factions, and they quit. That sounds about right for IGN. Now, don't get me wrong, well, there are a few things that I absolutely would change about Marathon. Those things are very few, like LMGs, except for the one that fires heavy rounds. LMGs feel very weak. And like they need a little bit of a tune-up, but they don't tend to win against most auto rifles in a one-on-one engagement, which I don't consider that to be a very good thing. I don't really like the overall design, at least the visual design for triage, but that's so minor. I would love for there to be more maps, but we have Cryo Archive, the map on the Marathon itself, coming out quite soon. So truthfully, there's really not a lot I would change. This game really does feel like they learned a lot of all of the lessons that were supposed to be learned from Destiny. Just weren't, and were instead saved to be learned for Marathon. which is sad for maybe anyone who enjoys Destiny, but it makes Marathon to be a very good game. Very unique visually, very unique audio-wise, but it's got the Bungie, it's got the signature Bungie sauce in terms of the PvP. The gunplay is immaculate, as they always manage to do. So let me know what you all think. IGN, unfortunately, as per usual, lazy and unfortunately quite stupid, but that's just the way it is. Thanks for stopping on by. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like for Like God and a sub for the sub zone, and even hit that hype button. They added a new metrics. If you hit that hype button, it gets put out to more people more often, and I do appreciate that. I'll see you all in the next one.